Okay, so I've had a lot of requests from you to go over some logarithms questions, particularly the PAL one. The PAL questions last Monday caused a lot of trouble. They were very difficult. They were difficult, and I should say straight away that you're not going to get that level of difficulty for the exam. But some of them are driving you bonkers because you really want to do them. And actually, if you can do them, then you really are going to understand logarithms. So we're going to work through those now. I'm going to do the first one in this video, and then we'll cover the other ones elsewhere. Okay. So the first question on the PAL sheet for session 7 under the logarithm section is solve for x, and then you've got this beautiful equation here: 2 log ax equals log base a 1 plus b squared plus 2 log a 1 minus b minus log a, and then 1 over b minus b all squared. Okay, that looks horrendous, but if you break it down, it's actually quite manageable, right? So let's think about this. We'll start by looking at the right hand side, and I'm going to look at these terms first. Okay, I'm just going to look at those first. So let's rewrite this out here. If I write log a 1 plus b squared plus 2 log a 1 minus b. Okay, now I can apply my rules of logarithms. Actually, let's take a look at those, right? So I've got a plus here. So there are 2 rules I'm going to apply here. If you look at rule 3, okay, oh sorry, not rule 3, rule 2. Okay, if I got any terms which have a log in them and they're adding together, as long as they have the same base, I can rewrite them as the log of the product of those 2 terms. Okay, what I can't do is if there's a number somewhere in front of the log, so I couldn't do that, right? If there's a number in front of the log, I can't do that. What I have to do first is use this, number 4, right? So I'll rewrite it, instead of, say it was 2 log base ca, I'd rewrite it as log ca to the power 2 first. Okay, so if I go back to the question, don't see that's the answer. Okay, right, and if I do that here, that's equal to, I'll just rub it out, get rid of the 2 there, I'll put it up here, right? And then if I use my addition rule for logarithms, I can rewrite that as log base a 1 plus b squared over 1 minus b. Oh, sorry, we're adding, right? So we've got I'll write it like this: 1 plus b squared multiplied by 1 minus b squared. Okay, so far so good. Now, because these are both squared, I can do this. I can get rid of the squares here and I can put them out here. Okay, I can do that because they are both multiplying each other, those terms, and they're both squares. Then it doesn't matter what order I do it. So the terms in the brackets, I can multiply them together first before squaring them out, which is quite useful. So I'm actually going to just do this now. So I'm just going to do this expansion here now. Okay, let me do that here. So if I do it, 1 times 1 is 1, and then then I'll do b times 1 is plus b, and I got b. What am I doing here? Rub that out. Okay, I'm going to do 1 times 1 and then 1 minus b. So 1 minus b to begin with, minus b, and I'm going to do plus b, and I'm going to do minus b squared to finish, yeah? Which of course is equal to, b's cancelled there, is 1 minus b squared. Okay, so this term here now becomes log a 1 minus b squared, and remember it was all squared to begin with. Okay, right. Okay, so now we're going to look at these two terms, our new term and the last term here. We're going to do it like that. So let's do this one. Okay, so I've got no number in front of either of my logs terms, but don't have to apply the first log rule we applied last time. I can just use my subtraction rule for logs. So I know here I can rewrite this as log base a of 1 minus b squared over 1 over b minus b squared. Okay, now that looks pretty awkward, but if you look at it, you can actually do some jiggery pokery here and get a minus 1b squared term on the bottom as well, so the tops and the bottoms will cancel. How do we do that? Well, let's take a look at this term. Right, I can rewrite that. I hope you'll see this. If I just take a factor of 1 over b out, and then I get 1 minus b squared on the bottom. Okay, can you see that? So if you were to redo this and expand it out, you'd get back to this term here. Okay, so this, let's go back to yellow, is equal to log of a of 1 minus b squared over, and remember I've got the 1 over b here squared as well, so I can actually write that as 1 over b squared 1 minus b squared. So these terms will cancel. Okay, you happy with that? So let me just rewrite that term a bit neater. Okay, if I scroll up a bit here. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this a bit neater. So this is actually becoming log a of 1, because the top cancels, remember, 1 over b squared, which I can rewrite. If I got a fraction on the bottom, I can just flip it to the top, log a b squared. Okay, so now I'm in this lovely situation. If I scroll back to the top, where I've got all of this is equal to log a b squared. So looking a bit more friendly now, isn't it? Okay. So what can I do now? Well, you're nearly there, right? All you've got to do now is get two logarithmic expressions on both sides without any numbers in front of it here. Oops, I didn't want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to put my 2 on top here like that. So I'll get rid of that 2. So now you've got log a x squared is equal to log a b squared, right? So actually, because I'm doing the same both sides, I can get rid of that log. So I've got now is x squared is equal to b squared, and of course that means x is equal to b. Simple as. Okay, I hope that explains things. That was actually quite an involved one. You implied your rules of logarithms, countless times there, but you can see that even the most unfriendly equation involving logs can be simplified into something very simple. Thanks to the person who wrote that question for PAL. It was a really good one. Thank you. Okay, I'll do the next one in another video, okay?